Okay, so we'll quickly recap what we did last time. Okay, last time we mentioned about composite functions, right? So we use an example, right? You have two factories, okay? G of X, F of X, those are the two factories, right? So each factory does different things, okay? So one factory is producing the parts, the other one is producing the final product. Okay, so, and then we can put the two factories together, right? Put one function into the other, create a new one, a bigger one. That will take the original plan and then directly produce the final product. Okay, that we call the composite functions. So we'll try it out. Okay, we still have two examples that we didn't get the time to complete. Okay, so it's similar to the question in your homework. You will get it back next week. Okay, I'll look over them. But right now, let's just check. Okay, try these two questions. So K of question C now. Okay, K of F of X. So if you look at the example on the top, right, you need to identify which one's inside, which one's outside function. So Caleb, which one is the inside function for question C? Caleb?
Oh, could you say that again? I couldn't hear you. You were lagging a little bit.
Okay, which function is the inside function for question C?
F of X, which is 3x plus 1.
That's right. Okay, so we are going to replace the f of x with 3x plus 1. Okay, that's our inside function. So I'll use the red mark again, right? So f of x, which is that part. So whatever that you see inside is going to continue going to the k of x. Okay, so k of x is up there, right? The yellow highlighted, that's f of x, k of x. So I'll let you sub it in, okay? Don't simplify yet. Just show me what it looks like after you sub it in, okay? So take 3x plus 1 as your input and then put it into k of x, okay? When you have done that, you can raise your hand or check one step at a time. Okay, so Evan, can you tell me what it looks like after you sub it in?
It'll be 2x plus 1 over 2x plus 1 and then bracket 3x plus 1 over x minus 1.
Okay, the 3x plus 1 is not multiplying. Okay, right here, the k, okay, let me see how I can show it. The yellow highlighted, right, this part, you see the k of, that's called k of 3x plus 1. So you need to look at the k function. For example, if you see k of 7, Okay, Evan, can you keep your mic on?
Alright.
Yeah, so K of 7, how do you do that one?
You just plug in the 7 to the x and the k.
Can you tell me what it looks like?
2x, 2 bracket 7, close bracket plus 1 over 7 minus 1.
Yes, okay, so now instead of 7, right, instead of having 7, what do we have?
3x plus 1.
Yeah, okay, so you need to put 3x plus 1 into where the x is. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, so can you tell me again what it looks like?
Yeah. So be 2 bracket 3x plus 1, and then close bracket plus 1,
Mm-hmm.
then 3x plus 1 on the bottom plus 1.
Minus 1.
Oh, minus, sorry. Minus.
Yeah, k of x at the bottom is minus 1. Okay, so you need to replace the x with whatever that's in the bracket. Okay, so that bracket beside the k is not multiplying. Okay, so I saw some of you have that mistake in the homework. Okay, the function notation, k of x is one thing, right? It just tells you what's the input, right? It's not k times x. It's not two separate things. Okay, how's everyone else doing? If you finish this step, can you raise your hand? Okay, Eric, Chris, and Karen, yeah. Okay, so continue simplify this, expand the bracket, combine the like terms, okay? So once you reach the final expression, you can raise your hand again. And multiply in the 2, right? Multiply the 2 in. After that, combine all the like terms, okay? Raise your hand when you are done. Okay, Marcus, are you done yet?
I think
Okay, can you tell us what do you have in the numerator?
3x. Oh no, sorry. 6x plus 2 plus 1.
Can you combine the like terms?
Yeah, 6x plus 3.
Yes, okay. And Jenny, how about you? Denominator? Jenny?
I just got 3x.
Just 3x, very good, okay. And Jocelyn, how are you doing? Did you get the same? Jocelyn?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think what else can we do here? Should this be the final answer? Can we simplify anything else?
We could simplify the 6x.
Okay, how do we do that?
Divided by 2.
Which one divided by 2?
The 6x.
Where's the 2 come from? You mean I cross the 6 out and divide by 2?
Yeah,
So that would be 3.
yeah, and then cross the
Cross what?
actually you could divide the 6x by 3.
Oh, divide by 3.
So it becomes like 2x.
Okay.
Then
So
cross out the 3.
which 3? Down
The
top,
bottom 3.
bottom 3. Okay. And becomes
1.
1. No x.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the 3 on the top? Do you just ignore that 3?
I'm not sure.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so this is a good question. Okay, how do we simplify this one? What do you think, Chris? Is that the right way to simplify?
I divided the 6x plus 3 by 3.
What about the denominator?
Then I took out the 3 on the 3x. Then I canceled both 3's out.
Oh, okay. So what you mean is factoring, right? Okay. So the way to simplify this is that if you see they both, okay, let me erase the red part, okay? Because once you get to this step, okay, probably you cannot match with the final answer, right? So if you want to simplify, you need to be fair. You cannot just simplify part, okay, only part of the expression, only these two, okay? You have to be fair. So what you do is you can look at the top and then you see 6x plus 3. They can both be factored out by 3. Then you're left with 2x plus 1, okay? And then that 3 on the outside, because it's multiplying, then it's independent. Then you can take that 3 divided by the 3 at the bottom. So this is one way you can do it, right? So at the end, you get 2x plus 1 over x. Okay, so this should be your final expression. Another way you can do this one is you take each one of them, right? 6x divided by 3x. Okay, so 6x divided by 3x, that will, well, you can really do, you have to be fair, right? These two you can divide, the 2 green one, but then the 3 on the top, it doesn't have x, so you can really divide, right? You can only divide all 3 of them by the same thing. So the only number you can do is both top and bottom divide by 3. That's all you can do. Then that can also lead you to here. Okay, so one way is you factor. Okay, I prefer to use the factor way, right? Or you can just divide by same number. So you have to make sure you divide all the terms by the same number, okay? Not just 2 of them, okay? Otherwise the 3 just stay there, right? So once you get here, don't forget you still need restrictions, okay? Here we have a fractions. So Nick, how do we get restriction for fractions?
The denominator can't be 0.
And what do you see in the denominator?
So x can't be 0.
Yeah, so you need to write down x cannot equal to 0, right? Okay, that's our denominator. So both of them together, okay? That's your restrictions. Okay, let's look at one more, okay? So this should be a review. You should have something similar in the homework, right? Similar question like this. Okay, next one is f of g. So if you look at f and the g, we have a radical, right? So this is another chance to review the restriction for radicals. Okay, so I have a question for you first. Okay, let's see. Claire, Claire,
Yep.
which function is the inside function for question D?
G of x, so it's the square root of x minus 3.
Yes, very good. Okay, so we'd have f of g of x. Okay, so the square root, so it will be f of root x minus 3. Okay, so please do the first step and then raise your hand. Okay, after you input the square root, let me know. Okay, Sophie, can you tell me what you have?
I got 3 bracket square root of x minus 3 plus 1.
Okay, so plus 1, make sure it's outside, right? So this one, you could put a bracket around it, or you don't have to, because the square root is kind of like a bracket itself. Okay, it already wraps everything inside. So to keep things look simpler, I'll just take away the brackets. Okay. And for this one, everything inside has to stay in, right? So you can't really expand. You cannot take the 3, bring it in, right? The plus 1 cannot add it to the inside. Okay, so that's all, right? You just leave it like that. Okay, can you raise your hand once you get here? Okay, Eric and Jenny, Justin. All right, so what's the restriction for this one, right? We have a square root. What's the rule for restriction? Okay, Philip. How do we find?
X has to be more than 3, more than or equal to 3.
Okay, very good. Okay, so make sure the inside, right, which is x minus 3, the inside must be greater or equal to 0. So if you isolate x, will be x greater or equal to 3. Okay, so this is called restrictions. And this part on the top, that's the composite function, our h of x. Okay, same with this, the previous question. No, what's happening? No, yeah, this one, h of x. Okay, so once you get here, this is what we did last time, right? Taking a function and subbing into the other one. The next part, still on this topic, okay, but we are trying to go backwards. Okay, so the math question always like to do this, right? To practice going forward. If you know how to add, you also need to learn how to go back, subtract, right? Multiply, divide. It's forward and backwards. Same thing with this, right? You know how to put 2 functions together, make a new one. Now you want to be able to like practice how to go back, right? I give you a function. Can you identify the 2 functions before, right? Before you combine them. So that's the next part, okay? The next exercise here. So write a function h of x, right? H of x represent the composite, right? So write the function as a composition, right, of two other functions, f and g, right? So you want to go back and find out the two functions. If you put one into the other, can create what you see right now. Okay, there are several ways to do this. Okay, I'll demonstrate one. Okay, so for example, like this one, the one we just finished. Right, of course, we can say we have the first one as the inside is G, right? So inside, you already know this is the inside, right? The yellow highlighted, that's the inside function. So that's here, right? And then you plug it into the f, which is 3x plus 1, right? So that's one of the option, okay? You can write it on the side, okay? Option 1. Okay, we have G is the inside, so G, and then F, right? This is the original question, right? Same as the one we have on the top, right? F and G, okay? So option 1. Right, let's look at option 2. So instead of choosing square root of x minus 3 as your inside function, okay, let me erase the yellow highlighted first. Okay, I'm gonna choose the x minus 3. Only the x minus 3 as my inside. Okay, so g of x, my inside is x minus 3. Right, so now if that's the inside part, can anyone tell me what will be the outside function, the f of x? So that g of x, when I plug it in, it will give you the same result. Okay, I'll give you a couple seconds, think about this. Or you can raise your hand if you know what will be the f of x. Okay, Daniel, what's the f of x?
3 times square root x plus 1.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so wherever you see the x minus 3, you can just replace it back with x, right? Remember when we do composite, we put x minus 3 into where the x is. Now we are doing backwards. We put the x back into where the x minus 3 is. Okay, so this is option 2, right? There are many options, right? Let's do another option. So everyone probably will get different ways, right, of thinking. Option 3. Okay, is there anyone lost so far? Like, doesn't know what's going on? Let me know. Okay, so let's pick a different option now. Erase that again. So instead of x minus 3, okay, I'm gonna choose, well, your inside function should include x, okay, at least, right? You cannot say, okay, let's choose g of x, the inside is 1, right? But 1 is not inside, right? So this time I'll choose this whole thing. Okay, look at the yellow highlighted, right? So my inside function, I want it to be 3 root x minus 3. All right, so I'll let you try f, okay, and raise your hand if you have an answer. Okay, what do you think f of x should be? Okay, does anyone else know? Right, if you know the answer, you can raise your hand. Okay, Claire, what's your answer?
X plus 1.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so an easy way is whatever you see the yellow highlighted part, right? That part is gonna be the X, because that's where you put the input. Okay, so you can choose, right? All these three answers are correct, but make sure after you choose the function, you need to also show me which one's inside, which one's outside. Okay, so three things, right? Show me two functions, show me how you want to combine, because if you do the opposite, right? F inside, it'll be a different function, okay? Different result. So if you have no questions here, okay, can you raise your hand if you understand this part, okay? How to go backwards. Okay, okay, Caleb and Evan, Jenny, do you have questions? Yeah, clear, yeah.
Jason, could you explain option 3 again?
Evan, can you say that one more time?
Can you explain option 3 again?
Option 3 again, okay. So option 3, I chose the yellow highlighted part as my input. Okay, so that part, I chose it to be g of x. Okay, you can choose, right? Because so far we cover option 1, option 2. So I just pick another one. So you just pick a part of the function to be your inside. Okay, you get it so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you decided to use that as your input, then that part is gonna change to x. So that's why you see the option 3, I put an x there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that yellow part will go into there. Then that will make the h of x, the original. Make sense?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get that. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can double check, right? If you want to see if your choice work, you put it in, right? Put one function into the other, see if it matches the question. Okay, so let's try it out. We have 4 questions here. Oh, so question A is similar, right? Similar to the one we did. You can do any option that you like. And then B, C, D, okay, similar. So for each question, you need to tell me what's your G, what's your H, not H, the F. Okay, and then whether you want G inside F or F inside G, you also need to show me that, okay? So this one, same thing, okay? I'm just gonna write out the format and you guys can start to work on it now, okay? So each question, please show 3 things. Inside, outside, and who's inside, who's outside. So let's check answer when you are all done, okay, all 4. Or if you have question, you can ask me, okay, while you are doing it. Raise your hand when you finish all 4. We can probably get 2 different options, okay, for each one. So you get an idea how this can work, okay? Well, Nick, you finish all 4?
Yes,
Wow, so fast, okay.
I did it before class, so.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, hopefully we can get 2 different answers for each one, right? I don't think in this class everyone will think exactly the same. I think question B might be on just one way, right? Question B. Same with C. Well, okay. D will just do one way. Okay, Jenny, which question are you on?
I'm on the second one.
Okay. Okay, how about you, Marcus?
I'm on the last one.
All right. Okay, let's get one of the options. Okay, for question A, Angela, what do you have?
For fx, I did 8 root x minus 3.
X minus 3. Okay, and g of x?
X plus 1.
X plus 1. Which one's inside?
G of x.
Okay, so f of g. Okay, so let's see if it works, right? So if g of x is the inside, the way you can check is you can take a highlighter, right? X plus 1, I want to put it into there, right? Replace it. Okay, then it should look like our h of x. Okay, and it does, right? So that's good. That's one option. Let's see if we can find a different one. Okay, Philip, do you have a different one for question A?
No, I have the exact same thing.
Exact same thing. Okay, how about Lily?
I got 8 and then square root of x plus
For what? F or G?
4f. No,
Okay.
for g.
F is
Oh, f is x minus 3,
x minus 3, and G is
8 square root, and then x plus 1.
okay. Okay, and then which one's inside?
The 8 square root of x plus 1.
So G is inside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, let's see if that works. So once again, we have G is inside, and then I replace that into the X, okay? Then this will create the same answer. Yeah, those are very good. Okay, so if anyone else got something different and you want to check if it works, right? Or if you're not sure if it's correct, let me know, okay? All right, Evan, Jenny, Justin, Marcus, are you guys done?
Almost.
Okay. Give you another minute. Okay, Justin, are you done question B?
No.
Do you know how to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one are you on then? Which question are you working on?
I'm just starting question B.
Okay, okay. Now
I'm
let's
not
finish
done.
B. Yeah. You finish A?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you finish B, you can tell me your answers, okay? Okay, Justin?
Okay.
Okay. All right, Susan.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Can you tell me your option for C?
C.
Yeah.
G of x
Mhm.
is 3 over x cubed.
3 over x cubed. Okay. F of x?
X plus 2.
X plus 2. Which one's inside?
F of x is inside.
Okay, so we have to flip it. So G of F. Okay, so make sure you also write the third part. Okay, let's see if that works. So this time we use F as inside, and I want to put it into there, right? So put it in, right? Just imagine your head, right? So replace the X with X plus 2, then it should look like the question. Okay, that works. Okay, Jenny, are you done?
I'm on question D right now.
Okay,
I just
do you have a different one for C?
I have the exact same thing, but it's flipped. So like
Oh,
instead of G, it's F. So yeah, I have the same thing.
okay, okay, yeah. Okay, let's see if I'm lucky enough to get a different one. Okay, Nick, how about you? For C, do you have a different one?
I got f of x is 3 and g of x is wait, no, never mind.
Okay. Yeah. What's going on? How come you turn off your mic?
Wait, no, mine is the same.
Oh, the same? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I see. Yoshir, how about you? Do you have a different one?
I have x plus 2 cubed, and
X
then
plus 2 cubed for G
for f,
or for F? Okay. 2 cubed, yeah, and then
and then I have 3 over x.
3 over X. Okay, which one's inside?
G of f.
G of X. G of X inside?
No, like g of f of x.
G of f of x. Okay, so f is inside. Okay, so let's double check one more time quickly here. Right, you put that in. Right, it should give you that. Okay, both options are correct. If you have something else different, right, let me know. Okay, Jocelyn, are you done question B yet?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your choice for g of x and f of x?
For g of x, I got like bracket x minus 5 bracket squared.
Okay, like that?
Yeah.
Okay, what
And
about
then for f of x, I got 3 plus 2.
3 plus 2? Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so no x at all for f of x.
No.
Okay, what about h? Which
For
one?
h, I got f, and then inside the bracket is gx.
Okay, so we want to see if it works. Okay, don't turn off the mic yet, right? So if we want to check, right, the inside part, I'll highlight it, right? And I want to take that, right, because G needs to go into the F. But then your F, if it doesn't have any X, there's no place to sub it in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, for the other question, right, question A and C, you see the arrow, I can draw the arrow, right? Replace the X with the G. But then in your option here, there's no X at all. So I don't know where to put the G of X. So where do you think we need to, like, how do we correct this? So we can have a place to put the G of X in.
Change the fx to like a bracket, 3 then a bracket.
3 bracket, yeah, like that.
And then inside the bracket, there should be a x.
Okay.
And then plus 2 bracket x.
Okay, so now I want to see if it works. Okay, so here's the X. Oops, not blue. Okay, here's the X. So if I put that in there, does it match the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, because up there, right, we have the first part here, right? It will be 3x minus 5 squared, but it also needs to sub into the other one, right? If I put that into the second X, does that match the question?
Yeah. I mean, no.
Because?
Because there's no square.
Yeah, very good. Okay, in the question, there's no square. So how can I change my inside so it will match and outside? Right? It's almost, right? It's much closer. How do we fix the function again? Right, this is what you have so far. How can I modify it so then when I put it in, it will work?
I don't know.
Okay, Jenny, do you want to help out? What do you have for B? Jenny, you finished B?
Yep. I got 3x to the power of 2 for g plus 2x.
3x to the power of 2 plus 2x.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then for f, I got x minus 5.
Oh, so you do the other way around, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me flip it. So f and g, oops. Right, is that what you got?
Yep, and then the x minus 5 is just x minus 5 not to the power of 2.
Okay, okay. So
And
which
then-
one inside?
It would be g and then f bracket x.
Yeah, okay, so g of f of x. Okay, so Jocelyn, let's try this again, okay? Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of having the square on the x minus 5, okay, we put a square on the x, we move the square. So now, this thing, if I plug it in here, right? Put x minus 5 into the x, then you'll get x minus 5 squared. Then that matches the first part, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you put it into the second part, that will be 2 times x minus 5, and that will match the second part. So now it matched the whole question. Okay, so sometimes,
Okay.
yeah, a little twist, okay, or move things around to see if it works. Okay. So another way is once you decide which part is the inside, you look at the question, right? I see, oh, at the back. So those parts are going to change to x. Okay, so that's why it's 3x squared plus 2x. Okay. All right, so last question here, Marcus. Do you have the last one, question D?
I couldn't figure this one out.
Question D?
I couldn't figure it out.
Couldn't? Do you have anything that you tried?
Me?
No, I mean, I could try it now.
Yeah, let's try now because question D is pretty short, right? It's only root x plus 3, not so many options to choose from.
Could you put x? Oh wait, no. I don't know.
Which part, okay? Which part in the original function you want to cover it as your inside?
X plus 3.
But x plus 3, they are not connected, right? Plus 3 is
Oh.
at the square root. You cannot combine together.
Okay. So just 3.
Your function needs to have x.
Oh.
That's why you don't have too much choice. So what can you
So square root x.
Yeah, so you just choose the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Make sense? Okay, so g of x, we use root x. Then what should be the f of x?
Just 3.
Just 3? If just 3, you don't have place to put it in.
X, I don't know. X plus 3, I don't know.
Let's try that, okay? So x plus 3. So which one inside which one?
The square root x goes in the x.
Okay, so f of g, right? G is inside the f. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's that root x you want to put into there. So if I replace it with the x, does that become the original question?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that will be the answer, okay?
Good.
Okay, so make sure your answer, like for your homework, you need to show 3 things, okay? G of x, f of x, and also tell me which one is the inside function. All right? So sometimes going forward, pretty easy. Going backwards, right? It's more difficult. It's just like driving, right? You want to go reverse, right? You got to change your thinking around, right? Turning right, then you need to turn your wheel to the left. It's opposite, okay? Okay, so let's go to next page. We're not going to do too much on next page. We'll do a little bit first. Get you ready for it, and then we'll have a break, okay? After the break, we'll continue on the next part. So this is the this is the end of the composite function, okay? Next part is also about function, a different kind of function called the inverse function. So how it's different from before is, before, right, composite function is you take two functions, put them together, right? But for inverse function is just dealing with just one function. Okay, so throughout the whole question, you only worry about one function and how to make it inverse. So let's start with the original function first. Okay, we'll talk about inverse later. So here we have, okay, don't worry about the top, okay, the top in the box, don't worry about that. After we go over the example, we'll look at the box, then it will make more sense. So here we are given a function, right? It asks you to find the inverse, okay? So don't worry about that yet. And then we are going to graph both on the same grid, okay? So right now we're just gonna graph the f of x first. And then we'll choose some positive and negative points, okay? Well, so we'll do -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Okay. So right now we're on the table of value, right? So I'll let you fill this out. Hey, raise your hand when you're done, finish the table, okay? Okay, please raise your hand if you finish the table. Hey, Evan, what do you get for -2?
I got -3.
-3. Okay. And Marcus, how about -1?
I got -1.
Okay. And Chris, 0? Chris?
I got 1.
Yeah, okay. Callum, next one.
3.
Yeah, okay, so we can start to see the pattern, right? -3, -1, 1, 3, each one is increasing by 2. So we should get 5 there, right? We can also put this into an arrow diagram, right? I input the -2, I'll get a -3, okay? -1, I'll get a -1. 0, I get 1, 3, 5. Okay, this is the mapping diagram. So f of x brings the x as input and then give you an output of y, right? So you have input, you input the x, you output the y. Okay, so what the inverse does is we are trying to find a function. A function is like a formula that can somehow make it go backwards. Okay, so instead of -2, put it in, we'll put -3 in. Okay, we're looking at the first point. So I want to use -3. Okay, so what inverse does, I can draw this on the side, is I'm going to take -3 as input. And I want to get the -2 out. Okay, so kind of switching the roles of x and y. It used to be y, now we treat it as x. So I want to know what that formula will be. Okay, that's what inverse means. So we'll continue on this, all right? You can think about this over the break. We'll continue on this topic after the break. So I have 15 minutes and I'll see you guys back at 10:45, okay? And if you have any question about homework or anything else, you can let me know, or the notes, okay?
Oh, Jason,
Yeah, Marcus?
I forgot to mention, I have to leave at 11.
Yeah, so yeah, your mom emailed me. So make
Okay.
sure you watch the video after you come back, okay?
Yeah.
And then do the homework as well, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.